sometimes all it takes is to listen to the other person, to hear them out. With Ajay, I chose this route. I was pressed for time, but his grief was so great that I didn't have the heart to tell him that I had to go. When someone in the family dies, that tragedy turns the surviving members into the living dead. But when you don't know if the person is dead or alive, or you hope there's still a chance of meeting them, then it's absolutely unbearable. You die a little every day. And when you lose all energy or the will to live, some news, a glimmer of hope from somewhere resurrects you only for you to die again when that hope fizzles out. Every rumor, every bit of news, every assurance brought Ajay and Rama back to life only to kill them again. So please, he begged, crying, please tell me if I will ever see my daughter again. Where can I find her? Listen, Ajay, I said to him. I rarely speak like this because I am no one to interfere in the workings of nature, nor am I big enough to do so. But I am going to offer you a direct answer because I know your daughter's disappearance wasn't your fault and you deserve some respite. 12 years is a very long period. I offered Ajay a bottle of water and some tissues and asked him to relax for a minute. A long and uncomfortable minute passed for him. I am sorry to tell you, I said, but your daughter is no more. She died that very day, on 26th of December 2004. But that lady and the others around her claimed they saw her. They were telling lies. But why would they? I know you don't want to believe it, but I have no reason to not tell you the truth as I see it. What if I told you about 2 marks on your daughter's body? Will that convince you? He replied that would make him more than a believer. And then I proceeded to do something I'd never done just to convince someone of something. I told him of 2 specific birthmarks on his daughter's body. How did I know? I really don't know myself. Call it intuitive guidance or anything else you wish. One of those signs he knew and confirmed right away. But the other one he wasn't so sure about because it was supposed to be on her back. Slightly stunned by this information, he believed me already. I asked him to call his wife and confirm the second sign as well. He stepped out, made the call, came back in, and broke down. I tried to console him, but he cried the tears of a man who had just been set free after serving a sentence for a crime he hadn't committed. He had been wrongly convicted. The next morning, when I met Ajay again, there was peace and serenity on his face. It was as if I was seeing a different person altogether. After 12 years and 9 months, Swamiji, he said to me, my Vanvasa has ended. Last night was the first night that I slept in a long, long while. I didn't have nightmares. I didn't wake up in the middle of the night. I just slept. No one can replace Bulbul. No one can fill the void her departure has created in my life, but I am at peace that she is gone. I am guilty I couldn't save her, but I am no longer guilty for not being able to find her. If she were alive today, she would be nearly 20 years old. How can I ever repay you for your kindness, Swami? You've lifted a big burden off our souls. My wife cried the whole night. I spoke to her today. She's at peace. I'll do anything for you. I don't deny that had it not been for a bit of help from my intuition, I might not have been able to lift that burden of an innocent man's soul. What helped him was my intuition, I agree. But what healed him was kindness. I also want to tell you a secret. My intuition had little to do with my years of mastering meditation or tapping into higher dimensions of consciousness. In this particular case, it arose purely because from the deepest recesses of my heart, I wanted to help this person. Prayer to the universe gushed forth like a Himalayan stream during the monsoons. You too can tap into intuitive understanding called pragya in the ancient texts. You can establish yourself to be in a finer state of awareness called kutastha in yogic texts. You can access your highest level of consciousness, they call nirvikalpa samadhi, a state of mind where there is complete oneness. Nirvikalpa. There is no other vikalpa or option. One without the second. The whole universe is your playground. Then, now that buzzing thing wasn't in the book, okay? And that's the purpose of this book. To share with you what I know about building a life that's conducive to happiness, about cultivating an attitude that nurtures your intuition. To make the law of attraction work, or to gain what I wrote in the preceding paragraph, you need to open your heart to attain that divine union with the extraordinary forces of nature. No doubt that meditation helps you train and tame your mind to help you remain in a state of awareness. Or that chanting mantras helps you align your energies with the cosmic vibrations. But opening your heart like a lotus in full bloom to emit a fragrance requires practicing kindness in your daily life. It is possible to learn the art and practice of kindness in a way that it is not seen as your weakness but strength. So you stand tall on its foundation and are not crushed under its weight. So that you become a master of circumstances and are not dragged along by life and its uncertainties. All of it is possible with kindness. Let me show you exactly how. That's the black.